Cables can make a big difference in your training. They allow you to perform classic exercises in a unique way by modifying the joint angles and strength curve. At the same time, you got exercise variety. These rotations will prevent boredom and plateaus, which is always great for bodybuilding and strength training. Now that said, a lot of you guys don't have access to cable machines. Or if you do, they're not the right kind. They lack the adjustable factors, which pretty much stifle your creativity. You can't go super high, you can't go super low. There are preset adjustments that are not really favorable. Or you're lacking weights on the cable machine. Or the pulley itself is really not the best. Or maybe there's just not a lot of them in your gym and you're constantly waiting around for guys to finish. And you want to speed up your workouts, you don't have a lot of time. Or you just want to spice up your training even further because you feel that you're limited by your current situation. Or maybe you train at home, you don't even have access to cable machine. Well, for all those individuals, allow me to provide an alternative solution, what I believe is the greatest way to mimic cables, while actually having additional benefits. That is the usage of bands. I've been talking about them for years, but I can't stress how powerful they are. You can do all your classic cable movements. All you need is a stationary object to attach them to, and you're good to go. That could be a pull-up bar, that could be your power rack, it could even be a doorway mount, as seen in NeckFlex, which is actually a head harness with bands. That's kind of interesting. Attach it to a loading pin, you can attach it to safety pins. Whatever is safe, right? And this allows you to do everything you ever wanted to do. If you really want that specificity, just get your own cable attachments or take the ones that are in the gym. This can include the rope, the EZ bar, the V bar, everything. So now there are no limitations in terms of what you can do. You want to do seated cable row? Very simple. Sit down on your bench, attach the bands to the power rack itself, row away. You want to do a lat pull down, attach it to the top of the power rack. You're good to go. Same thing for band push downs. If you want to do curls, you reverse it. You put the bands at the bottom instead. That's how easy it is. So the customization is not lacking in any type of way. In fact, I would say you could do more because bands have unique effects. For one, they provide overspeed eccentrics. So every time you lower the weight back down, it's actually pulling really hard. This is great for the connective tissue and explosiveness if you're doing the reps fast. And if you control the weight, fantastic for bodybuilding as well. Plus, you get the peak contraction at the top. A little bit lighter at the bottom, heavier at the top. Really allows you to squeeze the muscles, if you will. And if you really want to play with the strength curve even further, that's where different bands come into play. You got mini bands, monster mini bands, light bands, average bands. Then you have the doubling process of all those bands. Then you have the mixing, say combining a mini with a doubled light or a non-doubled light with a doubled mini. What about a doubled light and a doubled monster? I'm just giving you examples here, but you can really play with the movement. So one classic exercise can become totally different through the manipulation of all these bands. And then there's the stepping back process, which also modifies the effects because now it's going to be heavier at the top. So you can mix and match, you can add bands. So progressive overload is unlimited. Like I said, you just need something to anchor the bands to. And that's why I'm such a big fan of this. You can track it down, it makes you accountable, and there are no excuses. Plus, they're easy to store. So if you have a home gym, you don't want to rig up this big ass cable setup, or you just don't want the cables, period, well, just get the attachments. You can put them in your closet, and the bands go in there too. Done deal. You have all this extra storage. Maybe now you can invest in something else. And if you work out at a gym, you bypass all those motherfuckers that you got to wait for. And you get the unique effects of the bands while allowing you to fully customize, whereas some cable machines might limit you. With the bands, you can do it all. That's why I like them so much. And that's why I personally haven't bought a cable machine yet. Maybe I will. Maybe it can be beneficial in me showing you certain things here. But then again, if I want cables, I can just go to gym and there's a lot of good options there. Plus over here, it's like, I'm not missing anything from the bands. Like this is something that I actually do in my workouts. Look at my training videos from 2018, 2019. You'll see that I'm using the bands practically every workout. And I've been able to mimic every single classic movement that you do with cables. That's why they're my #1 substitute. So give it a shot and I know you'll be happy with the results.